Let's move on, where Israel has vowed the complete destruction of the Hamas militant group. This is something that we've been hearing for days. Prime Minister Netanyahu alluded to it, and it continues to pound the Gaza Strip. Troubles are going for the dense populated regions of that area, however, and many international stakeholders have chosen to side with Israel. Question rises over the silence on Gazans' misery. U.S. State Department spokesperson was asked about the conditions of Palestinians. However, he seemed to dodge the question. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Let me just speak to this. Number three, some of the questions I'm getting today do seem to ignore the fact that Israel just had hundreds of its citizens killed, people who were taken hostage, and pretend that Israel shouldn't be able to conduct any kind of. Let me just say, shouldn't you asked a question? I will answer the question.
Okay, that's my question.
So I'm going to start by answering the previous question that was interrupted. I will say some of the questions seem to pretend that Israel should not be able to conduct operations to defend itself and hold accountable the terrorists who killed civilians. Those terrorists launched this activity knowing that there would be retaliation, knowing that Israel would have to defend itself as any country did, knowing that it would lead to the unfortunate loss of civilian lives by Palestinians, and they did anyway.
Israel has intensified its offensive with more airstrikes. Multiple explosions were reported overnight in Gaza. In the last 24 hours, Israel's strikes have demolished several neighborhoods. Entire neighborhoods have now turned into wastelands of rubble. As per figures provided by Palestinian Foreign Ministry, more than 22,600 residential units, 10 health facilities, and 48 schools have been destroyed so far in the Israeli retaliatory strikes. The death toll on the Gaza side has climbed to 1,200 and over 5,000 are injured. Hospitals in Gaza are overwhelmed and are experiencing shortages of drugs and supplies. Meanwhile, the Gaza Strip has plunged into darkness. Israel has blocked water, electricity, and fuel from entering the area, as it has warned to tighten the siege until the Hamas threat is removed. And while war in Gaza rages on, violence has also risen in the West Bank. At least 27 Palestinians have been killed in clashes with Israeli security forces as Palestinian factions call on to join the fight against Israel.